Hello, hello, and good morning. I know it's not quite lit the way that it normally is, but hi, Stacy. I'm glad you're all here. My name is Allison Holly, and this is the weekly Channeling for the Collective. I go live here on my channel once per week, every single, let's see, I'm trying to do multiple things at once. I go live here every single week to offer a channeling for the collective as well as for one of you. But you can hear and see me. Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't know if you can tell. If you receive my newsletter, I had that just a little bit off today. And I sent an email out that said I was going live at 3 p.m. So you can tell I'm in travel mode and keeping up with all of these time changes and all of the different moving pieces has been quite a bit. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to change the orientation here, and the background will not be as pretty, but maybe I'll be more lit up. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, you're going to get the whole room. Okay, not bad. A little better, perhaps. Let's do that. Let's see. Let's see if I can make it. Okay, I think that's going to be the best right there. All right. Cool, cool. So how is everybody? Hi, Kennedy. Hi, Courtney. Did I say hi to everybody? I'm here. Let me open this actually. Hi, Scott. I'm going to turn this so you can't see my whole room and open this window. You know that I'm all about the lighting, right? So I want to make sure that everybody can see panoramic view. Oh, okay, my loves. Well, yes, like I said, I'm in travel mode. Makes me feel just a little bit scattered, but let me get down to business. Hi, Jan. Hi, Lars. Hi, Becca. Accentuate my glow. Oh, my loves. So, yeah, and also daylight savings. And over the past couple weeks, I've actually been in, different time zones. So I am now in Salt Lake City with family, and yeah, all of the above is just kind of making me a little unstable. And next week, I will be in the Philippines. So, announcement number one is that I will not be doing this live stream next week. I might be taking 2 weeks off, so just stay tuned. I'll try and keep you actually updated with the correct times, but yeah, I won't be doing this live stream next week. So soak it all in today. Let's see. Announcements. I feel like I'm going out of order here. How are you all doing? Let's just ground in. Let's just be here with each other. How are you all doing? Let me know. I wish I always get, because of the lighting, I always get the best view, and you all get like a white background, but I have the beautiful mountains here in Salt Lake City right in front of me. And it is so, so, so pretty. Oh, Cherry, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Very musical. Body aches the last few, but I've also been doing so much. Yeah, I'll take care of yourselves. Yes. Beautiful and sunny day in Denmark. You did a meditation. Beautiful. I love that. Feeling agitated today, but at the bookend of so much creativity and movement. All of it's welcome here for sure. A lot of people, we're experiencing a lot. And I will say time changes probably throw me off the most. So when I travel and I experience, a time zone shift or, any like daylight savings time, way throws me off. So that's what you're getting from me today. Just this very like, oh, where am I? All right, so centering here. So, what I wanted to share with you is what I picked up when I tuned into the collective this morning. And of course, we'll go deeper into it. Um, More play in the quantum then, yes. Um, we'll go deeper into this when I go into channeling, but to share with you all what I was picking up is really this feeling of spring cleaning, this feeling of really examining what is it that feels aligned, what is it that feels authentic, and almost a need to um, really pause on that. So sometimes as humans, we can move forward in ways that don't feel aligned or don't feel authentic. And, we can kind of get by that way anyway. And other times, the collective energies are such that, or the ascension energies are such that we actually can't get ourselves to move forward if it doesn't feel authentic. And this is a real gift. Our minds tell us we need to keep doing, we need to do what we've always done. If we stop this process, like whatever, the world will end. But as many of you know, who have been through this process several times before, this is sort of a cleanup, right? So we get this opportunity to have our minds not be the ones guiding the show and be very present with the energies that are. And so, what I was picking up this morning was all of us really pausing and re examining, is this in alignment? Is this authentic? Is this connection? Is this way of being? Is this personality trait? Is this aligned with who I truly am? Our personalities are sometimes so filtered into programs that they're not who we truly are. And so, this is what we're learning as we navigate being more and more authentic, more and more aligned and present with our true selves. We experience sometimes this need to really hone in and say, okay, this is who I am, and these are the actions that spring forward from who I authentically am. All right. So beautiful. I wanted to share that with you all. And also, it's a preface for, letting you know that I won't be doing this live stream next week and potentially the week after. Because what's coming up for me is there are too many moving pieces for me to live in this purpose that I'm divinely here for. And a huge part of my purpose is traveling. It's a huge part of my purpose. So I'd love to hear in the chat. I see that some of you are posting your questions. So I'd love to also hear in the chat, what is feeling very aligned for you? And what are you noticing that you're questioning or that is shifting? Now, sometimes we question things and the action will be the same, but the experience of the action will be different. So when we pause on these things, we don't necessarily know how the action is going to unfold for us moving forward. All right. I love these questions. So, for those of you who have never been here before, type your questions in the chat. Type Q at the beginning of it so that I know that it is one of the questions, because the chat really gets going, as you can see. And then type your question. I will choose one of your questions to channel, and I'll choose via random number generator. So, I love that you are already typing in your questions. Let's see. I'm going to read some of these comments. Dare I say, self-trust is developing stronger. Stacy, you know that is absolutely music to my ears. Absolutely music to my ears. I love that. Oh, and I'm loving these questions. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, we've got an eclipse coming. Courtney, I wasn't even aware. That adds to it, doesn't it? Eclipses clip things out of our lives, so noticeable. Hmm. Other announcements. The only other announcement that I have for you is summer camp is coming up. So summer camp, it's True Creator Summer Camp. It is our annual event for all of you beautiful people in this community, which includes anyone who wants to join. So True Creator Summer Camp is our annual spiritual adult summer camp that is once again this year going to be in Northwest Arkansas. It's June 27th through 30th. And wow, we're going to have a large group this year. It's probably going to be around 40 to 50 people. I'm aiming for more. And we have capacity for 60 people this year. So we're in early bird registration right now, which means that you get a big discount on camp. It's also a really good idea to sign up now so that if you need to, you can start on some sort of installment plan to make your payments over several months and make it a bit easier and more approachable for you to join in. But what we'll be doing at summer camp is all sorts of workshops on how to be a true creator. So this includes learning to channeling workshops. It includes ET Contact Circle. It includes art making. Thank you, Becca. I'll be talking to you. I know you volunteered a lot of art stuff. So it includes art making. It includes bonfire. We're going to have a talent show. We're going to have a costume dance party. Um, Cacao ceremonies, daily yoga. I mean, there's so much that we're including this year that it grows every year. This is our third annual summer camp. So I am really, really excited for this one. It's a bit of a dream come true every time. So yes, if you are curious about that, and if you'd like to know more, send me an email and I will answer all of your questions. But if you would like to join, you know you're ready to join, you know you're ready to play in the forest and meet new friends, then the link is in the description box. Um, all right. So I'm seeing several questions here. This is a great week for questions. You all are getting your questions in before I before I take a 2-week hiatus here. All right. Oh, so Courtney, she asked me as well. So here's a rule for these live streams. I don't accept questions outside of the live stream. So if you're here, you can type your question into the chat. Otherwise, you can join next time. So I don't accept questions outside of our live stream. Thank you for asking. I've learned to tune into my body more, asking questions where it's coming from and feeling in. Beautiful. My body does things with eclipses. Oh, same, same. It's good stuff, isn't it? It's good stuff. Hello, Yash. I'm so happy to see you. Hi, Rosemary. Wow, there's a lot of questions here. This is so good. Let's see if I can come up with more announcements so that I give you all a chance to go into your questions. Um, if you are looking for guidance in the form of a book, I have 2 books and a workbook available to you. The first book is called The Era of the True Creator. This is the first channeled book that I offered, that I published. And the second book is called Ecstatic Playground. I am currently writing the third book called The Return to the Garden of Eden. So I'm doing part of my taking time for myself over the next, couple, 3 months, really. I'll be really focusing on bringing in the information for this book. And, of course, it's going to be put into a book, but what I'm really doing is bringing in the information through my divine template so that I can live it and be the living example of this information. Our return to the Garden of Eden is very powerful teachings because we are, I don't know if any of you noticed, the world is changing a lot and we are entering into a very, very powerful phase. Um, of course, as all aspects of time and all of our energies sort of converge and decide on what we call a timeline. But this is unfolding in a very powerful way. So I'm excited to live this and to also bring these teachings to you. And then I have a workbook. It is called the Learn to Channel Workbook. And all three of these are available on my website or available on Amazon. So, the workbook, if you would like to learn how to channel, I took everything that's in my Learn to Channel course that I've been teaching for over 6 years and put it into the workbook, as well as activity pages, coloring pages, and things like that, journaling. So, if you are ready to learn how to channel, get the workbook. It's really fun. Yay, I'm so glad that you like it, Cherry. I'm so happy to hear that. I hope you're coloring too. And I hope that the workbook is really providing a lot of guidance and information. I am aligned with letting go right now. Beautiful. What a beautiful affirmation. Yes, I'll open my throat chakra this year. Oh, yes, it's a playbook. It's a playbook. Oh, I love that. We are going to be singing campfire songs. Okay, last thing I'll talk about, and then we'll choose a question. So if you are still typing your question in, go ahead. But this year at summer camp, so I talked to those of you who know he's been a counselor the past 2 years. It's Joy Bliss Bless. And he writes all of his own music. He writes manifestation songs. They are so much fun. They are so powerful in creating, uh, what we're manifesting and really aligning and attuning. So we're going to have a camp. What do we call it? A workbook, a little playbook, itinerary. And in the camp playbook, we're going to have his songs, the lyrics to a couple or a few of his songs in the back so that we can all sing along and do summer camp sing alongs around the campfire. And very good, very good. Yay. Oh my God. I'm going to have to tell Joy, happy, healthy, sexy, wealthy gods. Yes, that is his motto. You all are so wonderful. I love that. Yeah, somebody said last year that Joy is sort of like the mascot to True Creator Summer Camp, and I fully agree. I fully agree. He really lives it. So fun. Yes, we're going to be having campfire songs. Of course, all activities are optional, but summer camp is such a fun time. All right. So, how many questions do we have? Let's see. And if you guys are in the US, I'm sure you're sleepy with the daylight savings time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is such a bubble. Okay, I count six questions. It really looked like a lot more than that. Maybe it's because everybody's a little sleepier in the chat, but you guys are wonderful. All right. 6 questions. Let's go ahead and look. I'm going to choose with random number generator. All right. Question number 5. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you always for your help. Question number 5. So, oh, I love this. Okay. The question is, when we try to do something, and if there are problems that come into that process, is that, oh, I love this question. This has been asked before. Is that a sign to move on to something else or try to solve the problem or as hiccups come in? Okay, I love that. So the question that we're going to be channeling on is, for creating something and issues come up while we're creating it, is that a sign to move in a new direction, or is that a sign to solve the problem and keep going? All right. So this is really powerful. I'm glad that this question was asked. This also came up in um, in my private community, which I'll talk about before I go into this channeling. So I have a membership space. It is called the True Creator Community, and in there I offer coaching, live coaching once per month, as well as you get two of my courses. You get the Learn to Channel course and the Limitless course. The Learn to Channel course is, of course, learning how to channel. We also have channeling practice led by our illustrious community member, Stacy. And then we also have a community call. And you can dive into Limitless or the Learn to Channel course at your own pace during this, while you're a member of this community. So when I offered one of my coaching calls within this community, this very question came up. And I was saying, when that question came up, wow, I really need to make a video about this because it is really, really helpful. So we're going to dive in fresh. We're going to look at it from a present moment channeled perspective right now. I'm going to scoot that up because I feel like I'm a little close. I'm a little too close to everybody. All right. So those of you who've been here before, you know that I close my eyes as I tune in, and I'm going to dive into this question. And I love when you continue in the chat, sharing what resonates, sharing what you're receiving. And then once I open my eyes, I'll read through the chat again. Also, if you are watching the replay, leave a comment, like and subscribe, and all of that. But leave a comment with what is resonating and what you learned from this live stream. I'd love to hear it. So I'll go into the individual question first, and then I'll go into the collective. And I'm already receiving information from both. So let me sort of choose a road here. We'll go into the question first. When we are creating something, there is a powerful shift and a movement that's occurring through our entire template. As many of you know who have been here present with me before, maybe you've learned it elsewhere, your divine template is not static. It is sort of like this kaleidoscope of pieces all connected that are continuously moving through the energetic experience that we call time. So when we are creating something consciously, what we're really doing is we're shifting our divine template to align with the frequency of what we're creating. We're turning the kaleidoscope so that our energetic blueprint is in alignment with what we desire. So when we're creating something new, we are sort of turning the frequencies within our own divine template. This is a very different explanation for conscious creation or manifestation than what many people believe. We tend to witness something outside of ourselves and say, I'm going to bring that into my world. And so it has this effect of making us feel like we're pulling something in with a rope. But that's not what we're doing. We're not pulling something into us. We are becoming it. We are becoming it. We are becoming vibrationally in alignment with it, which is really the same thing as saying we are becoming it. We are all. We are all. And in this divine human experience, this singular human experience, we get to play with a particular bandwidth of frequencies. We get to play with a particular prism, we'll say, as the light comes through from all of creation and sort of narrows its focus into this prism that we call our own human template. And then the light shines through in a very specific way. So what we're doing, another way to describe this, is we're sort of turning ourselves so that the light shines through us. Now, it's much more accurate to say that we are shifting the kaleidoscope, right? But if we can visualize that we ourselves are a prism of light and the light is channeling through us, and so to create something, we're going to turn ourselves toward it in our focus. That part seems a little bit confusing though, because we're really not creating anything outside of ourselves. We are simply becoming it. Because we are the all, we are becoming what we desire. And what that will do is, we call it magnetization, but it's beyond that. It's in the quantum realm, which is why it's hard to describe, because there is no separation in that realm. It's simply all existing. And through focusing on it or aligning ourselves energetically to it, it is us. It becomes us. It's one within the field of us. Very hard to find words to describe what this experience is like, but here we go, right? So instead of thinking of pulling something to us, we are becoming it. Now let's dive into this question. If a problem, quote unquote, or some sort of stuck point comes as we are aligning ourselves to this thing, then we can witness it as a stuck point within ourselves. If we are all, and we are changing, we are shifting our template to align with the frequency of what we desire, then if there's a stuck point, it's not because we're pulling this rope of this thing toward us and all of a sudden this thing gets stuck and it's not pulling toward us. It's actually something within us that is having a hard time aligning to the truth of beingness within the same frequency of what we are desiring. And so as we're doing that, if a problem arises, we witness it very differently. We don't witness it as a journey between point A and point B, and then there's a stuck point there, and so we've got to solve the problem between that. We're witnessing it as something within that is having a hard time shifting to becoming what we desire, to the becoming, not to the bringing it in, but to the becoming. And so when we witness it that way, we really shift our sort of idea of what needs to happen, our witnessing of what needs to happen here. It shifts to, oh, there's something within me that is in resistance to becoming all that I desire. And what is that? What is that resistance to becoming? Is it because what we desire is not actually in alignment with our highest self? And in that case, then we drop this idea of the desire and we align to our true selves. And then everything that we believe we desire will shift, because sometimes we think we desire something, but it's not actually what we desire, what we're desiring. For example, we think that we desire a car, but what we really desire is freedom. We think that we desire a person, but what we really desire is this feeling of love and infinity and aligning to our higher selves in a way that makes us feel whole and complete. So we've got to go into the true desire that's emerging, that's trying to show itself to us. Now, there's nothing wrong with desiring a car or desiring a person. It's not that there's something wrong with it. It's that there's resistance coming up because our true selves, our inner truth, is telling us it's not actually the car, it's freedom. Or it's not actually the person, it's alignment with the true self and feeling of completeness and wholeness. Can you see where this is going? When something arises that makes it seem like there's a stuck point between where we are now and what we desire, it's because there's something within us that's not feeling easeful or easy about being what we desire. So let's say that a stuck point within us comes up and we witness it as something different. It's not necessarily that we're being aligned with, oh, it's not quite that what you desire. It's really actually this. It's a sense of freedom, and on and on. We witness sometimes that when that stuck point comes up, it's because we believe something negative about ourselves that is limiting, and we are limitless. We are all already. We're already all of it. So if an area comes up where we feel stuck within from aligning to our desires, it's because we believe something about ourselves. So a belief or a concept of ourselves is going to come up and say, hmm, maybe I'm not worthy of this. And so then we deal with that. Then we heal that and love that part of ourselves. So there are many different things that come up as we are aligning our true selves to the desire that we believe is outside of ourselves. We're aligning it to knowing that we have all of it. And all we need to do is be that frequency. We are already all of it. It's consciously allowing ourselves to be in alignment. So the unconscious and the conscious are both in alignment with what we desire. That's the game of creation, of conscious creation. So we're going to witness these different things that seem like blocks. But if we know that it's not something outside of ourselves, and we witness that it's in an inner alignment to the beingness of what we desire, we can witness these stuck points in a very different way. We witness that it's something within, and we witness that it is the alignment of our divine template to the truth of this aspect of all that we are, and this aspect of all that we are, and this aspect of all that we are, which is why we can have anything, because we are all of it. And all we need to do is open our field up to witness this aspect of me and this aspect of me. It's all me, but I'm not necessarily consciously and unconsciously aligned with all of it energetically. That's really the work that we're doing here. That's the play that we're doing here through conscious creation. I'm going to go ahead and go into the collective channeling. That was a beautiful question. Thank you. Mm. I can feel it in myself and I can feel it in others. The collective needs heart right now. Mm. What this is showing me is that we're getting a little worn out if we're sourcing our energy from programs. So, what this means is if we are running based on programs, and when the programs are working, which means when the programs are able to sort of unfold the way that they always have without anything coming up against it, without any change, then we feel like we have energy for all of the things. Oh, this is so good. This is totally calling myself out. It's really interesting. So if we're living based on our mind and based on programs, then we will be fatigued when change happens, because change coming up is inevitable. Everything is always changing, but we're in massive change right now. And it's showing us where we're not living in the present moment. Because when a program is able to run, we feel like we have energy for everything. We feel like, yeah, of course, I'm just doing the same thing that I've always done, because we're not really conscious of the present moment and what's going on. But when things shift and we're in a time of very massive shifting, and it's very apparent. We've been in a time of massive shifting, but now it's showing up in the physical a lot, right? And in our psychic space a lot, our energetic space a lot. So when that happens, the programs sort of go, we can't move forward in this direction. The pre-planned direction feels a little more jolty, a little more discombobulated. When we're in the present moment, all things flow, and the energy that we are powered by comes from the heart. which is a channel. It is a direct link to source energy. It is a direct link to, what we call God, our God, the aspect of the all that we are projecting into this dimensional space. And so find our true source. Find the true source. Connect to the true source, which is our heart, which is presence. And begin to listen to the heart and what the heart is offering. If you feel fatigued specifically, which I'm listening to this for myself, if you feel fatigued, and sometimes fatigue is physical, and sometimes fatigue is, man, I'm so worn out from all of this, right? Which is a bit more, it's a maybe an emotional or a mental fatigue, or on and on. We have lots of different layers that we exist within. If you are feeling fatigued, it's because you're pushing where there can be presence. It's so simple. So go within presence and witness what wants to exist right now, and allow that to be. Allow that to be. It does take practice, because we are so used to living off of programs. And sometimes we live from those programs and also are attuning to the heart. So we're sort of doing both, and we think that we're living in the heart, but really there's such deep presence that is opening to us right now, that is where we are really the most powerfully living from. And again and again, attuning to that. Again and again, attuning to the present moment. It's all going to be okay. More than okay. It's going to be an absolute paradise. And we're creating it right now. And in a way, there's creation and conscious creation, right? So there's creation by default and conscious creation. And we actually exist on a spectrum. And it's not even a linear spectrum. It's this whole sort of like cosmology, this whole linked map. And we exist within all of it. And we can attune ourselves to the frequency of presence so much more deeply than we've ever been able to. But things are shifting, and it's multidimensional. It's multidimensional. So what we're experiencing is just rapid transformation on so many different levels and within so many different viewpoints of the self. And our goal, our job, is really to bring the frequency together. So this sort of scattered feeling of, we call it existing in multiple timelines. Part of conscious creation is to bring all of ourselves right here and right now. That actually is a very powerful experience that is specific to being human. It's specific to being human. And we sort of need to do that on a conscious level to bring ourselves right here and right now. And I'm going to share with you how to do that in a moment. But I want to share first that being human, the reason that this is so powerful is because when we are the all that is, we are everything all at once. We are all of it. Being in a human experience, we actually get this is how we learn how to create worlds and universes and galaxies, all of it, because we are learning how to gather energy in a specific moment in time. And that means we're gathering ourselves. Just the act of being human is actually gathering ourselves right here, right now. Right here, right now. All aspects of the self, from all dimensional spaces, all potentials, We're gathering the predominant energy of us into this moment, into this beingness. That's powerful. And for some, it takes a lot of practice. For some, you might be one who spends your entire life just learning how to be here now. And actually, that's for many of us, right? But for some, they're not even with their own physical body. So you might be one of those. And you might also be one who is very rooted in this reality to the point where you've forgotten the fullness of who you are, right? So we're learning how to sort of be in the middle of that, how to be all of it. To be multidimensional actually means to know how to consciously gather the fullness of ourselves into this moment right here, right now. When all of that energy is gathered, we get to choose of all the infinite possibilities where we move ourselves next. And that's how we become very powerful. And it has to do with the physical body. We are gathered so much that we exist physically. We are energetically gathered so much that we exist physically. And from being embodied in this present physical moment, we can command our reality on a much, much greater scale. And this is why being a human is training to be a God that creates, because it is so powerful to learn how to focus ourselves into the present moment. Wow. There's an image that's coming to mind. I'm sure many of you have seen it, where there's this beautiful starlit being holding the earth with such love, as if it's creating the earth. This is what I'm seeing. This is all of us. We are both the creators of the earth and the inhabitants of it. We are the all that is and an individual human. Wow, so powerful. Really, really be with this human experience. Focus all of yourself here and now into your body, into present moment creation of who you are, your divine template. Live in it, be in it, be very focused within this experience right here, right now. And this is where we create from. This is our power. This is our God power, this focus, this ability to create from present moment awareness. And simultaneously knowing that you are all of it. So there is nothing external to you. There is nothing that is being created out there that can ever harm you, because there is no out there. You are an eternal being. Know this of yourself. And once again, gather in the heart, because the heart is the connection to the all that we can experience in this human divine template, this human experience. Stacy says, oh boy, I'm going to have to listen to this again. I think I will as well. It's good. Providing nourishment for the next couple weeks, as I will be. Hi, Maiko. As I will be a little more offline and focusing and really, really being with my divine template so that I can be the living example of everything that I am here to offer. So yes, I won't be here for a couple weeks. Hi, Mike. I love you all. I will miss you too. I will miss you too. So again, I will be continuing any pre-scheduled appointments over the next 2 weeks. I will be continuing going live in the True Creator community. So if you, over the next couple weeks, are desiring my guidance, that is a really good space for you to join the True Creator community. But yes, I will be enjoying some of my inner alignment over the next couple weeks. And I'll be on the other side of the planet than I currently am. All right. I love you all. You're all gods and masters. I am excited to see what you create. And take care. See you soon.